Hey everybody, happy Tuesday! I'm going to start off with the questions again. Rachel, firstly, I just want to say I loved your video this week. I watched it on the night you put it on. I watched it as I was about to go to sleep, and I couldn't get to sleep because I was just laughing from it. I don't know why. I just found it really cheered me up. It's good. And you asked, do you break out from stress? Not really, no, I don't think so. My dad is actually a dermatologist, which is a skin doctor, and so if ever I do get spots and things, I will instantly go into the cupboard, and we have cupboards full of every type of cream you can imagine. So I'll just find something and it will clear up. So I guess that's quite good. But I find with my skin, okay, I haven't put any foundation on or anything today, but I find that I get like purple lines under my eyes whenever I'm not tired, just whenever I don't feel well. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Millie, you didn't have a question, but I'm so sorry that you're in the hospital. I don't really know what to say really. I just hope you start to get your strength up again and just keep staying positive, and I'm sure you'll get better soon. Emily, you asked me like what was my diet like because I mentioned how I have all the stomach issues and things, and I don't take any gluten or wheat. I've not taken any in like 2 years now. I'm not allergic, I just do it to make it easier for my body. And my diet, I can eat pretty much anything else. For me, I find that things like onions, they don't aggravate my stomach, which is weird, and I love anything spicy, chili, anything like that, which is the opposite for what you should be, but I don't know. I find that it's not the food I eat that aggravates it, it's just a good or a bad day, you know? But your official question was, do you find that you have a lack of independence due to POTS? Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? I have to, literally, at the moment, I go everywhere with one of my parents or a family member. I used to be someone who, I was so independent before I got ill. I would go on school trips around Europe and choir trips and for weeks away at a time by myself with my school and things. I'd go to Spain and France. And I look back on that life and I'm like, I can never be able to do that now because I can't walk down the end of the road without having like a bodyguard, I guess, in case I suddenly have an attack or get weak or something like that. So I find that also in the winter, because I haven't walked as much because of the weather's been bad, I've been weaker and I've been relying more on others to take me out, but hopefully in summer when it gets lighter longer and better, warmer weather, that I'll be able to just take the dog out for a walk by myself a bit more. I don't know, hopefully. And hopefully that will get my strength up to go out and meet friends more, because I haven't really been doing that lately. And you kind of also asked, are you flexible? No, I'm not I have flexible toes and fingers, but that's all. I can bend all my fingers really far back and everything, and my toes can do all this weird stuff, but the rest of my body is not flexible. Okay, now I'm going to ask my question now. My question is, do you have trouble working out whether you're just having like a bad POTS day or if it's actually another normal illness, like a flu or something? Because every day, not every day, but a lot of the time, I will go and I'll be like to my mum, I think I'm going down a flu, I think I'm getting a fever, I think I'm getting a stomach flu, I think I'm getting food poisoning, because the symptoms are so similar that I can never tell between the two, and it's really annoying because I don't know, it affects me because if I was having a normal flu, I wouldn't want to, go out the house, to make it worse and things, whereas if it's POTS, I would force myself to go out. Does that make sense? I don't know, but it's just, I always feel like I've got flu. That's just my symptoms. I mean, just always, every day, is because I get cramps and I get hot and flushed, and yeah, bizarre. So I'll talk about my week. For my week, okay, last Tuesday my goodness, I had so much energy, it was amazing. And Wednesday was good as well, and Thursday. Thursday was the first day that I didn't feel like I was gonna throw up all day, because I've had nausea for like 2 years now, every day, continuous. It's the first day I didn't feel sick, and I was like, oh my goodness. But then it came back, and then by Friday I'd had 3 good days for the first time all winter, and then Friday I was just dead again. It was like I was a walking zombie who couldn't get out of bed, who was just miserable, and yeah.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed.
That wasn't great. But I guess we're lucky. We have a cottage by the sea, and it's a couple hours drive, and we went there on Friday night, and we went there for the weekend, and it was good just to get a bit of fresh air and walk down by the sea. But I had a really bad Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but what do you expect, you know? I have a good day or a good 2 days, and then it would just be bad, bad, bad. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. But I still get out. I mean, when I had my good days, I was going out to shops, and I was, what should I do? I've got it written down here. I was going to the supermarket, and I was getting out and about, and it was good. Yeah, but, and then yesterday, we came home on Sunday, but yesterday I was still not feeling good, but I had an appointment with my homeopathist. I don't know if you have them in America or Australia, but she's like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of an alternative medicine route, I guess. Yeah, and I saw her before I got my POTS diagnosis, where I thought it was pretty useless because she just thought I was having panic attacks, and I was like, no, I'm not, there's something else wrong, no one knew what it was. Anyway, I started seeing her in December again, and I told her all about POTS, and she specialises in chronic fatigue, and I see her every month now since December, and she gives me this homeopathy medicine, which is a long-lasting 3-month drug. You take 1 pill every 3 months. It's a special type, and we're basically tracking to see what we think it's doing to me. It's bringing old symptoms back. Like, for example, after I took the pill in December, I was waking up every night again and having nightmares, and it was like I've not had nightmares in ages. And so it's like bringing old symptoms back before you can completely heal. Does that make sense? It's really complicated, and some people say it works, some people say it doesn't, but I'll give anything a go. But she's also going to refer me onto the homeopathic hospital, which is quite near where I live, and she's going to put me onto a WELL program. It's called WEL, and it's a 15-week course for chronic fatigue, because she thinks I've got chronic fatigue with boom and bust. You'll have a good day, which will be your boom, and then you'll have a bust day where you'll just be out of it again. Anyway, this 15-week program, you go along, and it's 2.5-hour session every week. Don't know how I'll sit up for that long, but anyway. And basically we're going to get taught heart math, which you go inside yourself apparently, and you learn to live with your symptoms. You learn to deal with everything, and just basically you learn to cope with everything a bit more, because you've got a chronic illness and it's not going to go away. There's no treatment, but it's going to teach you to how you in yourself can control it. I guess maybe a bit like meditation or something like that. But there are some Indian gurus in India who can get into such a relaxed state they can almost stop their heartbeat. So it's a bit like that, and then a couple weeks will be a physiotherapist trained with chronic fatigue will come in and teach you some Tai Chi and yoga, but yoga for people with chronic fatigue. And then, I don't know, but hopefully I'm going to get into that, and that will start in about April, I think. I don't know. But I don't know whether it will work, I don't know if it won't work, but I'll try anything just to help relieve some symptoms. So yeah, I think that's all from me this week. I think that's everything. I don't know. Today again hasn't been great, but and also the homeopathist said that I'm to listen to my body. If my body tells me to sleep, I'm meant to sleep. If my body tells me I shouldn't do something, I shouldn't do it. And she also said that because it's me with the illness, I've got to deal with it. There's no point me complaining all my symptoms to my family because they don't have it, and the only good by moaning, I guess, is it makes everybody else feel miserable when they can't help you. And I've got to learn to, like a baby, she said, like a baby, I've got to learn to put myself to, like when a baby has to learn to put itself to sleep, I've got to basically do that, but with all my symptoms. I've got to stop relying on everybody so much and try and work out strategies to do it. And I thought, this is going to be impossible, but we'll see how it goes. I've got another story actually. We had friends over last night, and my parents did. And this woman said that her granddad, he got very ill when he was 20, and what happened was he got told he had to lie in his bed for 5 years. This was in 1930, by the way. And he lay in his bed for 5 years, and he got weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, but then he got better, just magically out of the blue, and he lived till he was 95, and apparently every day after he was better, she said she's never met such a happy man in her life, because he was just literally jumping down the streets with joy because every day was an extra bonus to be alive. And she says that she thinks I'll be like that and all of you, because we know what it's like to have bad things happen to us, that when we get the good things come back, they will be back so much stronger than ever. And I have actually a bit of an interesting story to tell. Through Facebook a couple of months ago, in fact last March, I started speaking to a girl. She's 16, same age as me, and she lives in California, and she had POTS, and she was like my identical twin on the other side of the world, and we spoke to each other every day, and we'd send videos to each other, and anyway, she is now fully recovered. She got better a couple months ago, just no reason, out of the blue, and she's completely cured. And I'm like, what's your secret? How are you better? And she doesn't know, but she says she's fully recovered and she hasn't had a POTS attack or a bad day in months now. I still speak to her, and I was on Skype to her this week at 3 in the morning, and she's fine, she can go to school, she can do her activities, and now she wants to come and visit me in summer. And so there is hope for us all, everybody. Peace out.